So I've got the steering gear in the vise on the bench, and now I can work on this cotter pin and nut that's on the end of the Pitman arm that goes to that control valve a lot easier than where I had it on the car. So the first thing is going to be to take the cotter pin out. And, whoops, that's going to try to turn it. Would have been a really time-consuming job with it in the car. Next step, take the nut off. Oops. Didn't turn the compressor on this morning. That also would have been a time-consuming job trying to get that off while it was on the car. So sometimes just being a little bit smart is better than brute force. I'm going to try something different on this one. It's just an air hammer. All it is a hammer. Let's see if I can step past this. I should clear some more room out. Getting crowded in here with all the parts I've got laying around. But we'll see if we can knock this off with this. There you go. So that's off. Hopefully it didn't do anything to damage the nut. We'll see very quickly here. And it's off. Well, I really didn't plan on doing this today, but what the heck. I'm going to try to take the Pitman arm off. They can really be a bear. I don't have, unfortunately, my socket that would fit that in this shop. So I'm going to try to knock it loose with a crescent wrench. See how that goes. If it doesn't go well, I'll either end up going without other shop, the garage at the house, and get something that fits it for the impact wrench. Just give up for today. Do something else to avoid the trip up to the house. Yeah, I don't want to screw that up too bad, so that's going to be it till I get an impact wrench. So I made the trek up to the garage. I brought back 3 different sockets I thought might fit based on measuring them. 1 5/16, which was the one that was dirty. So it's probably one I've used in the past, is the one that fits the best. So we're going to give it a try here. That was easy. Now that we've got that out of the way, try to fit this Pitman arm puller here, and kind of have to, it appears, center the steering more or less. Otherwise, the puller doesn't fit. There's a ridge on the steering box that prevents it from going on. And you've got to have this thing pretty straight, because if you don't have it straight, it'll tend to cock it, and then you're just fighting yourself. And I have fought these things plenty. Never been really successful in getting them off, so I wasn't even going to show this. But the last one I did, I had to use a torch on it to get it out, but by the time you're done with the torch, you've destroyed the seals in the box. Fortunately, I wasn't using it because I was converting that to rack and pinion on the 74. Actually broken pullers trying to do this, and this looks like these are bent at this point, so I'm going to try wrapping the Pitman on. Run it in and that doesn't seem to have done much of anything. Well, maybe it has. No, that's the steering gear, little plate in the steering gear. I'm going to oil up that puller and then try it some more. Forgot to oil it before I started. So I've got it oiled up, and by oiled up I mean the threads on this thing here. Let's try it again. It looks like it's going to slip off. That's another danger you have to watch out for. Doesn't even really show any signs of budging. But then again, I guess I wouldn't expect it to, because they tend to pop off all of a sudden. There you have it, another broken Pitman arm puller with no success getting it off. Depending on which alternative I take for this power steering, if I go with Borgeson, I need that Pitman arm off and put on the Borgeson unit. If I go with the electric power steering, as is in the C7, then I need this whole unit in good condition. And basically this is in good condition, other than I can't get the Pitman arm off. So I'm not going to ruin this unit in case I go with the electric power steering. I'm just going to put that nut back on and quit on this, which is something I very seldom do. But it's the smart way to go here. Maybe I should invest in a high quality Pitman arm puller. I don't know. Those are the cheap ones from Harbor Freight that I've broken 2 of them at least now. As I've said several times throughout this process, that I show the good, the bad, and the ugly, and that's an ugly, and you get to see it, so you know what you're getting yourself into if you want to attempt to remove one of those, especially if it's on the car. Another thing that you might be wondering why I didn't try it is the pickle fork, and as it turns out, the shaft going into the steering box is wider than this pickle fork, so you can't use that. Maybe my manual one. See how wide that is. Maybe I won't give up. I think that one is going to damage the splines on the shaft coming out of the steering box. So I'm going to leave well enough alone. There's nothing wrong with that box, and if I use it to go with the electric power steering, then I won't have made things worse by trying harder to get that off.